Hello again, I have more business for you. Now, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has assured that government is working to clear all arrears owed contractors very soon. Some of these service providers who have rendered some services to government have persistently complained about delays in payment. According to some banks, this development is threatening their very existence. However, speaking to Joy Business after seeking banking experts' inputs for the 2020 budget, Mr. Ofori-Atta says they have made some significant progress.
Every budget hearing, we go to the marketplace to see exactly what it is happening so that we can get real life input into the budget. So that's a reason for meeting with the bankers. But banking, as you know, is just so crucial to our development, and a lot has been done with the cleanup. So it's important to know what the next steps are. And what you can see from here is the bank's interest in forming a committee to come up next week with issues on liquidity, credit, contractors, and also even lending rates, how the de-risking could happen to ensure that we have a robust economy next year.
One thing that I would ask is that what is government also doing about their complaint about some liquidity squeeze, and what are you going to do to encourage them to improve lending to businesses, because they've complained about NPOs, they've complained about contractors owing them and all the rest. What are you also going to do in this light to ensure that that challenge is dealt with? The colleague minister was talking about us taking a second look at some of these contractors itself, whilst government itself is committed to clearing these contractors' debts.
Yeah. I'm not sure it was really a complaint as an acknowledgement of some of the ills in the sector that have come to roost and how we clean it up. So what is our challenge? They have a stock of NPLs which they claim is sticky and therefore does not allow lending rates to come down as quickly as possible. But when you look at the macroeconomics, especially of this historic 7.8% inflation, lowest in our history, you are going to begin to see a gradual trending down. Our expectation is that with the input that they are coming, we'll get a clear line of path as to how to help with liquidity, especially to SMEs and entrepreneurs, and also how to manage their NPLs going forward. So I've really left very encouraged by where they see the banking institutions today as much, much stronger than it was. And also the issue of ethics and values in the banking system. And now how do we go forward to put in more resources to get them moving?
A situation where we can also motivate them as well to encourage lending. You've done it in the past by certain institutions and all the rest. Maybe a lot more can be done to challenge them to target lending to certain critical sectors of the economy that can help grow the economy and deal with some of these squeezes.
They brought it up in terms of selection of strategic areas, but you can also see, if you listen to Minister Chematin, on areas, on 10 strategic areas in industry that we want. You look at 1D, 1F, ensuring that the 150 districts that do not yet have factories, will be funded, and therefore working with the banks for maybe specific interventions to make that happen so the real economy moves ahead.
Deputy Minister of Energy, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, has called on local businesses to support government's agenda towards shaping entrepreneurship in the country. He was speaking at the opening of the Cosmos Innovation Center Incubation Hub in Accra.
The Cosmos Innovation Center Incubation Hub is one of the very few existing centers for agribusinesses in Ghana. The hub is aimed at providing assistance to businesses created from the KIC Agritech Challenge over the years. Speaking at the opening of the hub, Deputy Energy Minister Dr. Amin Adam lauded Cosmos Energy for its support to entrepreneurship through the KIC program.
Cosmos Innovation Center program fits well with our diversification program and will no doubt contribute to the growth of the Ghanaian economy. The program's distinctive business support models, comprising a mix of skills training, mentorship, and seed funding, are important requirements for building other industries that have potential for creating and sustaining jobs in our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me pay tribute to all the Ghanaian youth who have gone through this program successfully so far since its inception, and who are engaged in productive activities across the country.
Chief Executive Officer of Cosmos Energy, Andy Inglis, noted that the vision of the company is not only to explore petroleum deposits in Ghana in the upstream sector, but also to transform the economy through the youth.
Our second purpose is to be a broader force for good in the countries where we work by creating economic opportunity outside of our core business. Therefore, as Joe described a few years ago, when we were thinking about ways to support Ghana's future and continued economic development, we asked ourselves, what can we offer that's unique to Cosmos Energy and reflects the seriousness with which we take our engagement with the country? Up to that point, we'd supported a range of worthwhile initiatives, including vocational training for employment in the sector supporting the oil and gas industry, IT resource centers in the Western region that help schools sharpen their technology skills, and water projects that now supply more than a 250,000 people.
Now, Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors Ghana, Senyor Hossi, has confirmed payment of all energy sector debts owed to bulk oil distributors. According to him, government has cleared the debts together with some interests that have accrued over the period. He's optimistic that the remaining interest on the debts will be paid by the end of the month in line with government's plan.
The total principal portion of the debt has been paid by the former government and the current government. The current government finished the payments last year. We are finalizing the negotiations. We finalized, really. There are a few more things to touch on. Some part of the interest. They've even paid a full portion of the interest, some part of it. And we have another part that's left. Not much. I think maybe about just under $50 million. It's big money, but for oil, when you say this, that it is not much, But I think that should be resolved in the next month, and then a chunk of the legacy issues are dealt with. But the subsidies that keep coming on this year from premix and residual fuel oil are the ones that will be quite pertinent going forward.
Let's have our commodities news now. We are coming up.